Hey everybody, it's another episode of San Francisco by Night. I'm joined here today by Alex, aka William. We're here for a social scene where two very scary bitches are going to have coffee at Alex's house, which no one has been to yet. So I guess we'll start the scene where Valentine, aka Justice, is staring at your front of your house. What does this look like? Describe your mortal dwellings.
So what are you coming with?
What am I coming with?
As in, like, are you coming with a car or
Yeah, I'd probably drive my car over there.
so? Like, this is a rich part of the town, and it is. You're kind of surprised to see, like, is this Alex's house?
Huh.
Like, just to show it in the chat. I guess it's the image channel. It's like,
You live in a house.
yeah, that's a very surprising, right? Like, it's a very
It's a
weird.
it's adorable for something so horrible to live inside.
Yeah, and like you're coming close, and like you can see inside from the window. That also looks very
It is
normal.
it is a very cute little house.
And when you knock the door, or like the press the buzzer, it's a ding dong, and Alex opens the door. She is wearing house stuff, pretty normal house gown. Not a gown, but like it's a house dress. It's something that she is very comfortable to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
in.
comfortable clothes. Cause like, who wants to try? It's not like I'm a guest. I'm your friend. That's a totally different thing.
Like, I'm about to show the image, and it's a very cool image. People probably doesn't expect from Alex to wear.
It's like a little sundress. What the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
Why are you so damn cute?
And like she says, welcome, welcome.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going great. I didn't I didn't think you were the type to have garden gnomes out front.
I am trying to blend in.
I see that. Well, this house and that that dress is very adorable.
Thank you. She opens the door, as in like where you motion someone to come in. So before Alex says anything, Christine is very perceptive, right? I think she was very perceptive as a person.
Yeah, more so than most.
So basically, the house is like very white. It is extremely like the walls are white, the furnitures are white. You hear the TV. It's probably like a old Netflix show. The house is just very normal. It is designed to be look extremely normal. It's designed to be look like a loving house. But like the first thing people do is usually compare. And if you compare this to any house that you're in, this house is a bit like Alex. It doesn't have a soul. It's empty. It is quite understandable. It's easy to understand that someone is just trying to look like someone who she is not.
Hmm.
And Alex immediately says, "I prepared the tea today. Um, I bought it from this botanist. She says that these are very cool."
You know a botanist.
Yeah, I just met her in a party at the, what was the name of the guy? Caden did.
Oh
Cute.
yeah, that was a fun party.
It was fun until someone burned the kitchen.
That was fun.
I mean, you and I have a very different idea on fun.
No, true.
And I have to say, if someone burns my house, I would be very mad.
To be fair, uh, no, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. But also, it was just a grease fire. It only kind of scorched the wall. I'm pretty sure they cleaned that up.
I think this is one of the weird things when you become so rich that you don't care about. You forget how to be normal. It's like, well, I'm just rich. I don't need to give a shit about my house burning.
I wish I was that rich.
I'm not that rich, but I am quite comfortable that my, if this place burned, I can just get a new one. But it's
Oh, but like get housing dealing with like realtors and like that's a lot of work.
also like he doesn't live alone. He has firstly Cassandra and a bunch of other people.
Yeah. Oh well. So how things have been going with you?
I was having a hard time for a couple days or weeks. I was bit. It's obvious that she's hesitating with her words or she doesn't know how to say it. And then she says, more angry than usual, but focused at the same time. My mind was my mind was like very to the point. I it's like a maze of dead ends, logical leaps and hard spirals. I felt bigger, stronger, more terrifying.
Hmm.
People looked at me and they were scared. I wanted to break them to a better of terms, and I finally, when I revealed the secret of that person, the person who was cheating on his wife, when I looked at him and saw how he looked at me begging with his eyes, when I felt the power over him, everything turned normal.
Hmm. So, you know how um okay, so are you okay with that? Like do you understand what it is or are you just kind of
I talked with Dr. Frost. She explained certain things to me.
she would?
She offered some ways for me to make it better or easier for me.
Hmm.
To try to set me on a path that is easier. E- Easier to deal with this, of course.
I met a friend recently who I found out was in the know and he seemed to know a lot about like kind of everything. So I mentioned you, and he said, not by name. I just said I had a friend and some vague description of, you can, rip somebody in half and scary nightmare room.
Mm.
And he said that he's like he wasn't super familiar, but he said you were. Did Frost give you a name for it, or?
Beast.
Yeah, that's about the naming convention I was running into. He said horror, nightmare. Are you okay?
I feel quite normal. To when you eat a lot of food and you're like, ah, that's how I feel right now.
Hmm. And you felt normal after making that guy notice, feel bad.
Lenny was my bitch
Ah.
with the knowledge I have.
She kind of squints and thinks about it for a second. She's like, "Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks a lot."
I finally start to understand who I am and what I am. But the more I understand, it feels more like I'm a monster and
I mean, as far as I've seen, different magical mumbo jumbo things, everything's got to eat, right? So, different magical things got to eat something different. Vampires, they do blood and sometimes just. I think they just kind of need to get stuff from people. Because I talked to one guy, see, he just kind of need their breath. I'm not exactly sure the science behind. I'm not an expert, so they just kind of get mumbo jump like magic, I guess, from people. Werewolves, I think they need to like hunt something, like like a cat. They just need to chase something for a minute, and they're fine. Oh my gosh, they are dogs. They need to play ball or something, huh? Off topic. Whatever the deal with Perun is, I guess he needs like dream magic or emotion and I guess you just need to make people your bitch.
I made a deal with Terror recently.
Oh,
I want I want
wait,
Jason to.
wait. Was it you that made him so handsome?
Yes.
Ah. Why would you give him that much power?
I don't know. It's just
You know how
you
dangerous
want.
that man is. He's already a fucking.
I didn't knew what I gave him. It was a capability that I can be bestowed upon, which is bestowed upon him.
Ah.
Or maybe it's
You,
something that I can't have.
you inflated that man's ego so much.
But I have to give him the stuff I found, and I have to offer it in
Oh,
a
wait,
final
like
price.
magical items and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I made that deal with him.
I also have said one more thing, which was the thing I gave it to him. A capability that I can't have, but he can have out of me. But then,
Can you shoot lightning out of your fingers?
no. Can he do that?
Yes.
Lightning hurts.
You're telling me I'm a living conductor.
I just. I don't know. I feel like I am capable of, you know, like how you're in the driver's seat of your life. I just can make you not in the driver's seat.
Honestly, I haven't felt like I've been driving my. Honestly, it's the first time I even remotely felt like I was driving my life in a long time.
What do you mean?
I kind of up until like I started doing certain things and trying to. Even though I still don't completely feel like it, but I felt like I've just kind of been going along the path other people were forcing me down, and I had no options. Like I was literally a puppet with strings. But you know, I think I'm starting to get it back, so I've been pretty feeling pretty positive lately. So
She nods.
you didn't take lightning fingers.
No,
Ah,
it wasn't specified. It was I couldn't choose what I gained. The dream, my dream, that the nightmare gave me something else. It is good though. I think
hmm.
I always wanted to. I always wanted Jason to apologize to me. I, when I first was thrown into the pit, I didn't want to take revenge from him. I wanted him to come with like these explanations that will explain everything and everything will return to normal. But now I want him to suffer everything he done to me, and I want him to feel he deserves what he has. And I think now I can make him feel he deserves what's coming to him.
Hmm. So you can like, can you mind fuck people now?
I can make people feel guilty, and
Ah, dude, you're like,
I
who is that old movie character? Ghost Rider.
yeah,
Ah, shit.
and I think I can. You didn't try this to anyone yet, but I feel like I can like make someone work for me. It's like I can make them obey me.
Huh.
It's like I feel like I can basically look at someone and say, "Go clean my dishes," and they will have to do it.
It's very. Hmm. Shit, usually it's just to threaten to throw them.
It's like this can break them, I think.
Hmm.
Oh, see, what is a breaking point?
What is a breaking out of character? What is a breaking point?
Yeah, I don't know what's a breaking, but I keep forget about it. Someone explained to me before, but I forget about it.
You. I mean, I can unmute. Hang on, let me unmute Creed since he's sitting here just listening, unless he doesn't have time.
A point where the human mortal soul reaches a more point forces you to face your integrity and slowly go lose integrity and slowly go insane from it. For vampires, when you face a breaking point when you're dealing with your humanity and the slow realization that you are not human anymore. You are truly a monster. For changeling, it's a, they don't face breaking points. They get clarity attacks, so they don't really count. For werewolves, a breaking point is they either have a breaking point towards the spirit or towards the mortal side, as their bodies, their morality and ideals fluctuate between the human and the wolf, and so forth.
And beasts don't have souls.
Beasts don't have souls, so they don't need to worry about all this shit.
You're a murder calculator.
Yes, that's what I am.
All right, thank you, Creed.
All right, can you mute me?
Yep, bye. All right. So there's your answer.
It is very. It forces them to do what I say, or make them obey me, or they basically break down.
I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like this isn't objectively fucked, but it's also really fucking cool.
It is. Strange, but it is also can be used for good things.
Speaking about people who can make you do stuff. Okay. I had the craziest, like, interaction yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there I am, filing paperwork for this, oh yeah, this guy at the protest tried to come at me with, like, a crow. I thought he just grabbed me, but apparently he swung a crowbar at me. Crazy shit. Anyways, I one hand threw him into a fucking dolly horse. Basically almost, I think I may have almost made him a cripple. But fuck that guy. Anyways, so I was filing paperwork, and one of the judges came up, and he was talking to me. He's like, and now you're out of character. Are you familiar with judges?
I am. My cousin is a judge.
No, not a judge like a normal judge, like in this world what a judge is.
I don't know what the in this world what judges know.
I mean, you can ask.
What do you talk about? What is judges?
You don't know the judges?
No.
They're basically cops. If you mix a cop with the Spanish Inquisition and let them basically just, they could kind of shoot you and it's legal.
Wow. Oh. Wow.
They are judge, jury, and
Yeah.
executioner.
Are you gonna be a judge now?
Well, like, he was talking to me like he was like interested, and he was like, he mentioned like I think he wanted, like, he said something about promotion, and I was like, what? Judge Justice. Shit. That'd be
Not
fucking
gonna lie.
cool.
That would be very actually interesting to have in Section 9 as well.
I know. But I don't know what he wanted. Judges are kind of just freelancers. I don't know. Also, I met this other, I only kind of knew of him. I never actually got to meet him, but there's another one, a fellow officer. Dude, no joke, his name's actually Alex Murphy.
Okay.
And he's like, he's 30% cyborg. So it's like, he's literally RoboCop. He's like, what the fuck?
You're a thorough.
Yeah, that is a RoboCop. You're right. So he's 30% human now, just like the RoboCop itself.
I'm sorry, what'd you ask?
She said so. Basically, she's like a RoboCop, just like.
Yeah, he was just a fucking robot.
Okay then. That is terrifying.
Well, I mean, I'm more of a robot.
The
So,
issue with you is you're a goofball. I don't know about that guy.
well, sh- yeah. Hey, to be honest, I'm pretty sure this dude is also a nerd.
Hmm.
I think it comes with a
Everyone around us is nerd.
pretty much. None some more than me, but I better be the one that cornered the market on nerds.
I'm. I have a weird question.
Hmm.
You're not. You right raising in the police department can be very useful. Like I said, but why not use it for like? Why not use it for making our world a better place? There's a bunch of stuff piece of shit out there who deserves the justice that is not given to them.
Heh.
Police is basically
I'm gonna
serving to the corporations.
stop you right there, because almost everything you just said was wrong. We
What do you
belong to the
mean?
corporations. If you believe we police can actually help this world, we're only kind of able to. I've had to let more rich fuckers slip through my fingers than I can count. I try my best. But it is what it is.
Yeah, but if you had someone who can find them at night and give the justice they deserve.
I mean, there's a lot I have on my plate to. I mean, trust me. I've visited a few people. Which, that's a secret. But I mean, I've not always followed the books. Sometimes I've done things to actually get a conviction to stick. Not everybody's in jail for the exact reasons that they should be. Not that they don't deserve it, it's just, well, just had to book them somehow. But what do you have in mind? What are you asking?
I don't know. I'm just thinking that the
Oh, wait.
that we can do more.
Are you looking for a hit list?
Not until this moment I wasn't, but hit list will be cool. But basically, what I'm actually thinking is, when you are a cop and you admit yourself that there's a lot of people who gets away from your hands. Those people, those rich people, usually gets away by things thanks to the vampires. It gives them that protection. If you're gonna try to clean this city and make it a better place for Section 9, We also may need to clean the places where the vampires are inhabiting the most. Society is easier to control when the men or the people are easy to convince to do the wrong thing. If I give you $100 to basically arrest someone and you do it, it's easy for vampires to lead and run their fingers around. But if there was basically police force who can, who's clean and who basically doesn't, you know, do what just vampires tells them to do, which is again harder to do than just say it. I think it will be easier for us if they're not controlling everything. And to be honest, if Mr. X controls the cops, let's say, because someone is going to control the cops, and if Mr. X controls it, they can control it without a blood bond or without basically, you know, just like how we saw in the
Oh,
old
what?
movies. Without blood bond. Like
Just kind of
he's just easily controlled without blood bond.
tilts her head. What the fuck is a blood bond?
Vampires basically feed you their blood and you become more closer to them.
Ew.
You become their thralls. I think a couple people.
Is it like
in
a willing
Section
thing,
1
or they just roofie you?
No, they just roof you. That's what vampires do. That's what they're how they're very powerful in the society.
Like,
So maybe your boss is working for a vampire and you don't even know it. It's not different that much.
the chief, there is still an open case for the chief because he's definitely corrupt.
Be a chief. Or put someone who you can control to the chief.
Ah, man. There's at least like 20 people between me and the chief. And I'm pretty sure if I was the chief, I wouldn't have time to be sitting here talking with you.
With the right push, things can happen. Again, you don't need to be the chief. You just need to put someone to the position that will serve Section 9 or serve you.
Another thing you might be forgetting is, yeah, vampires probably control everything. That's almost a given. But pretty sure, at least hopefully for the most part. Now, it would be easier if it was all just vampires, but I'm pretty sure most people are human, and most of the people I've probably arrested, probably a good portion of the rich fuckers up there are just humans being horrible people. You don't need to be supernatural to be a fucking bastard.
You don't need to be a supernatural to be fucked up. That's quite correct. It's easy to be fuck supernatural, pardon, not supernatural people up. You can enter their home and, murder them easy peasy. It's the vampires who are the problems most of the time, or it is they're harder to deal with, let's just say it that way.
Harder to deal with. But I'm not saying vampires are necessarily the root of the problem. It's kind of people in general kind of fucking suck. You don't need claws to murder, and you don't need weird blood magic to rape.
True.
At the end of the day, human or not, we're all just fucking people.
So you don't want to do what I say?
I mean, honestly, this sounds more like something that we would have to work with Mr. X to get done.
Yeah.
But if Mr. X can work out the kinks, maybe? I would definitely help, but... This is assuming that there isn't a whole bunch of, like, politics already. Well, Mr. X already wants us to take on the chief of police. He probably already has a plan. And a lot of people in the force already know Mr. X.
And probably he has someone who can put in charge. If not you, probably someone, he will tell you or he will have to tell you. But the new chief of police needs someone to help him. You don't need to be the chief to have influence over the chief.
No. I still don't think having control over the police, our precinct, is going to save the city.
It's not save anything. There will always be evil. But it's good to sit on things sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, let's give the example of Riker. We don't like what Riker does.
Not in the slightest.
But if the Riker was the biggest badass of the town, who would just kill any other underworld organization if they do something that will goes against his word, that would be fucking cool to have. Imagine cops under your or Nexus control, and Riker was basically leading the underworld. You want to stop? I would say, like, let's destroy the underworld, but it's never gonna destroy. There will always be drugs. There will be always demand for drugs. But you can keep the drugs out of, schools. You can keep the drugs out of. You can try to keep the work, the underworld more clean than usual. You can sit on top of the underworld and basically be like, fuck anyone who tries to go against my rule.
Maybe.
With the cops at your side and with the underworld at Riker. Think about the possibilities. The money that comes from the underworld can easily be fed into building better houses for poor.
If you want to control both the underworld and the police, you can't just do both, because you're still basically at the bottom. No, you have to hit the corporations. They own this country, and they own pretty much everyone.
We have one corporation that we can help.
Shit's gonna be going down soon. All the judges are currently working for MODOK. At least the ones coming into the city. They're bringing in a lot of them. And currently, there's this Japanese country coming in, and they're bringing their own quote-unquote judges, which are actually these cool samurais. Fucking lightsaber samurais. But shit hits the fan.
Wait, they're bringing judges from Japan to America?
Yep, the corporations can do that shit.
And why they want to do that?
We don't know. We're too far down, but either way, if there's a fight between the judges and the samurai corps, it's just regular people like us, well, comparatively regular people like us who's gonna get caught in the middle.
I mean, aren't judges normal humans?
It kind of gives you this like look. It's like we both know probably not.
Enhanced humans?
Enhanced humans, werewolves, gestures you beast. We don't know.
She knows. I guess my dreams will have to wait.
Don't let your dreams die, but also understand that just understand it's a very, very steep uphill climb.
It's a big world with many possibilities, and I don't mind those possibilities. Big fish eat the smaller fish. We have many people and many things that we can do. You know, we have Perun, Caden, you, me, Riker. If we work together, there can be a lot of new things.
Honestly, I say fuck the rest of the world. We should just take care of our own.
Like the 9,
Yep, just
or even more your own.
those you hold close. Just keep them safe. That's all you can really do.
But what if you face against something that is too big that you can't do it on your own, and you need a thing like I mentioned? What I'm trying to say is, this isn't just about control. This is also preparing a better future for those who you love. When you have that type of power, you can just create a better future.
And let's say we do somehow get Mr. X to have authority over all of it. You know what they say about absolute power. He's a nice guy, but
There will have to be checks and balances. He doesn't control everything. He will have arms and again there will have to be checks and balances. You control the cops. Let's say me or Riker controls the underworld. There will have to be checks and balances. It doesn't. It shouldn't be him telling us what to do. It should be a round table where we talk and agree on things. There should be a vision, basic rules that we created by everyone. A vision can be whole. A vision that can be disagreed by everyone can be whole together. Now, if X wants to be the leader of the board, that is fine. But there's 4 other people. There will be at least 4 other people on that table who sits with him. Kissing all 4 of them isn't going to help him.
to be honest, we don't even know who Mr. X works for.
I think it is time for us to ask questions.
I learned answers are not always what you actually want, but I think we should at least see what he gives us. I wouldn't pry. Because knowledge is power, and power will kill, so...
I owe my life to Mr. X. I am quite loyal to him. That doesn't mean I can't criticize him. If he wants us to work for the benefit of Section 9 and him, it is good to have benefits in understandings. And again, share the vision.
When it comes to X, he's a mixed bag. Great guy, I understand everything he does, but those of us he didn't find just naturally bumping around in the dark, he made the rest of us.
He did what?
I'm pretty sure he made the rest of us.
Made as in?
I know Section 9 had their eyes on me before I even became this. He's got contacts pretty much everywhere. It's a I don't think I had free will for a good bit, to be honest. I still might not. You there?
I'm here. She says, as I said, there should be checks and balances. And we should be informed in the vision of the Section 9.
Yeah, and I said Mr. X basically is... basically... I don't think there would be a check and balance. I'm pretty sure Mr. X kind of has us all. When I said I was a puppet, I'm not too sure that Section 9 wasn't the one with the, pulling the strings.
Now you're sure?
Fairly sure.
And how does this make you feel?
Like a puppet.
You okay with being a puppet?
I don't know. It's going well so far. But I'm starting to make my own. I think I've started to work my way out. I can at least say this, that Mr. X is very nice with his toys.
It is a strange feeling. I just don't know what to say about it.
To be fair, whatever you do say, do you really know if that's you or not?
She nods.
Yes, he's a good guy, but you know, some good guys sometimes have to take necessary evils.
He's like us, you and I. He keeps the other bad people at door.
He needed a gun, and we're that gun.
think Libby should just watch Netflix.
Yeah, that got heavy. So I guess on that note, we're ending the scene.
Yeah, I don't. If you don't mind.
Yep. So okay. Summarize for TLDR. Uh, we have one big dreamer and we have a realist. All right, everybody. It's been a good episode of San Francisco by Night. We'll see you next time. And remember, we're in the dark and we're watching you. And Alex wants to drag you into her kinky murder hole. Goodbye.